Hello crafters, I'm JanB and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. Today I'd like to show you how I made this fun Christmas door hanger. It's one of the items that I will have on my stall when I do the Christmas fairs. It's just a little bit of fun for the children. As you see here, it says Santa, please stop here, and on the back there's a bit where they can write a letter and leave for Santa Claus. It says, Dear Santa, I have been really good and this is my wish list, please. And at the bottom it says, thank you ever so much, love from. As I say, it's a little bit of fun, but largely it's to show how I made the punch art Father Christmas. So the cardstock you're going to need, largely it's going to be scraps of real red, whisper white, pink Pirouette and basic black, and some scraps of the silver Glimmer Paper. The two large pieces you're going to need are Night of Navy, and that measures 8 1/4 inches by 3 3/4 inches, and a piece of silver Glimmer Paper which measures 8 1/2 inches by 4 inches. So first of all, we're going to do the Father Christmas. So I have my sheet here which shows all the bits that we need, and rather than you have to sit here and watch me do all of this, I've actually prepared all my bits here. I will just run through them with you. Okay, so I have pink Pirouette. This is the 1 1/2 inch circle punch. This oval is real red, and that is in the oval punch, I believe is called the extra large oval, and that's 2 inches by 1 3/8 inches. The part of his hood comes from the Festive flower builder, and it's this petal here. It's a smaller petal, this one. And this is a 1/2 inch circle. This is for the pom-pom. These two are for his moustache, and they are from the bird builder punch. It's 2 wings. There's a lot of punches involved with this. And then the eyes, the white, black and the small eyes, all come from the owl builder punch. The white ones are the largest, then the black ones, and then the little ones here are the white, and also 1 red heart which is used for his mouth. And then what do we have? We've got this was been made with the 1 3/4 inch circle punch and the 1 3/4 inch scalloped circle punch. And this one for his hood has been made with the 2 inch by 1 1/8 scalloped oval punch, and the smaller 1 3/4 by 7/8 of an inch oval punch. And finally, this for his beard, I've used the builder tree punch, that bit there. Okay, I will try and put a copy, I'll tidy this up and I'll put a copy of it on my website so that it'll be easy to refer back to. But all the pieces, I will put all the punches and everything in the details below the video. So to put this together, I'm going to work on my little pad, non-stick silicone mat is what I'm trying to say, silicone. And I'm going to use my 2 egg glue pen. I think that's all I need to start with. So I'm going to start with the pink Pirouette face and the beard. Now with the beard, it's not even across here. Let's move that so that you can actually see that. Okay, as you can see, one side's a lot greater than the other, that's smaller. So when you put the mouth on it, you just work out what looks to be the centre, because when you put the moustache on it, it's going to cover this bit up, so you won't know that it's not even. So the first bit is to take the face and just put some 2-way glue on there. And then to put the beard on, you will see that there's a bit of a dent there, not much, but there is, and there's a dent there. And what I do is I get those to fit onto the edge of my circle, like that. So you can see that the circle goes down into that dip and into that dip too. And then with the heart, just put a little bit of glue on the tip and then stick that onto the beard. This is where you just judge what you think to be the centre, which to me looks about there. As you can see, it's very uneven, but that doesn't matter. Now with the moustache, I have made another one here, let's see, so you can see that's going down and that's going down as well, so this one's going up. You see how the with the bird's wing, the most shaped bit is at the bottom, and on this one the most shaped bit is facing up. So it doesn't really matter which way you do it, it just depends which one you like best. I prefer the one with these going up like that. So just make sure that you've got them both laying the right way. And then with the first one, just put some glue on the back, just a little bit like that. And then put it down over the heart and then bring that down, so that you've got a little gap here, okay? You've got a little V in there. And then do the same with this one. There we go. I think that looks about even. Whoops. Got stuck to my finger more than it did the face. Now come on, up a bit. There we go. And then the nose. And then the eyes, that's the two smaller of these white. And this I just slide underneath the moustache, which is why I say just put a little bit of glue on there. Oops. And then this one as well. Just try and get them about equal. And then the black eyes. Now you can have your Father Christmas looking any which way. Let's turn this around the other way. His eyes should both be going in the same direction, but if your sense of humour makes him looking opposite directions, that is totally your choice. Okay, then these little ones, it's just easier to stick the glue pen on top of it. I think he can be looking up slightly. And then this one. All of this so far so good. It's really quite easy. Now we come to the pieces that need to be cut. So first of all, with his hat, never know whether it should be called a hood, hat or what. So I'm calling it a hat. And I'm going to cut this just a bit more, a bit over halfway. Not too much, just a bit. I can normally tell once I put that on top whether I've got it about right. Oh no, that's far too much. You see how much gap I've left there? That's far, far too much. So I need to make that a bit smaller than that. So that should probably be about right. Not very straight, but that doesn't matter. So yes, just a bit over halfway. And then to stick that on, you need to do it so that where this red ends, that side and that side, the edge hits the edge of his head as well. Okay, so there's no, it's not sticking out at all. It just, the line flows, albeit with a little dent in there. So a little bit of glue there. I'll bring this up close and show you what I mean. Bearing in mind that my line was a bit wonky. Okay, so you can see that there is no gap, no straight edge. You can't see any straight edge from the hat going out. It just all flows round, and that side flows round as well. Okay, now to do the bit on his hat, obviously we're going to be fitting a curved bit onto a straight line, and I don't trim this off until I've got it stuck on. So what you need to do is just pop it on so that you're covering up all of that straight line. So it's going to finish up something like, now that's too high because I can see the red underneath. So bring it down a bit. And mine's going over his eyes, one eye more than the other, but that's because I've got the hat crooked. Right, so put some more two-way glue on the scalloped piece. Try not to do it right to the very edge because we're going to try and get his sideburns to go underneath this. Okay, so you can't see any red underneath here and you can't see any pink from up there. So that fits really nicely. Now with the sideburns, what you need to do is just cut off the last two and the last two there. You can use the two more in the centre, like these here, but it does make the sideburns look really very bushy and, I was going to say, not very real, but this is obviously not real at all. But like everything, it's your choice. So I'm just putting some glue on both pieces, and I always put the fat piece, this one down here, at the bottom here. Now that has got to be, got to slide that in underneath the moustache, and then also underneath that piece there. This is how you'd make a Viking, isn't it? I was looking at this when I was making it earlier, and with the way this comes up off the his hat, it could be a helmet. Right, where's my other piece gone? Now that has got to go that way, so I need glue on this side. Okay, let's turn that sideways. I'll slide that one under there, then that under his moustache. It's got to come out a bit because I can see pink. That's it. There we go. So he looks alright. We just trim off the fur from his hat. Okay, so that's alright. Now with the petal, what I do is the less pointy one, pointed end, that one, I put it into the 1/2 inch circle punch just so that I can round the end. So what I do is, okay, that's a pointy one, I don't put that in. I just pop that one in like that, and then I punch just to round that end off slightly. You see? Now what I'm going to do is put some glue on to adhere it there. And then I'm going to pop the pom-pom on there. So I just need to put some glue on that pointy bit. Okay, so there's my Father Christmas. Nice and easy. It's good, isn't it? Can you see what I've done? I put one of the moustaches upside down. Shall I bother about trying to change that, or shall I leave it? I'm going to leave it. I'm not going to worry about that. Oh, that's funny. Silly me. Right, okay, so now that I've done that, I'm going to move on to making the actual door hanger. And what I do with that is, with the silver glimmer, I take my 2 inch circle punch and I slide it in as far as it will go, and I just try and judge that that side is about the same width as that side. And then punch that out. To adhere this on to here, there's 2 ways I think that paper sticks nicely onto glimmer paper. One is to use Tombow glue and then to anchor it down till it's dried, or to use glue dots. And glue dots I think are absolutely brilliant for this. So I just put some down on one side first, bearing in mind that I'm going to have to punch a hole in this blue piece as well. So just being careful where I'm going to put them. Let's move that up a bit. I left my 2A glue pen open. Always doing that. Normally do it with my Tombow. Right, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put a few in the centre here as well. Up to the point where I think the circle's going to be punched. Okay, so once I've done that, turn it over and pop it on. I've allowed for 1/4 inch space all the way round, and then just give that a nice push down, and then turn it over and bring your 2-inch punch back in again, and then you should be able to just slide that in and punch. Oh, where's that gone? Oh, I don't know what caused that. Now I've lost. Let's get that lined up again. Turned it over, didn't I? That's it. Nearly perfect. I do get a little bit of the silver. But there we go. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do the snow that I have over here, and this is my stamp, and this came from what set did I get this? Oh yes, it's this one here. So this is from Holly Jolly Greetings, and I'm going to use my Whisper White craft ink. Just turning it to make it a little bit more random. There we go, that's fine. Move that out of the way. And that. Right, so I have used my, it's unusual for me, but I have used my computer to help me out here. And first of all, it's for the Santa, Please Stop Here. Again, I'll try and see if I can get this posted onto my website so that you can just print it out. But I just did several of them on the way down. And I cut this out with my large oval punch. And for my first one that I did, which was this, I used the decorative label punch for the backing, but when I was sorting all the bits and pieces out for this, I found in my packet that I had some of these. I can't think what set this was from, but rather than waste it, I'm going to use this because it fits on okay. Right, but that's how I did do it if you don't have this one. So I'm just going to adhere those together with Tombow. And then I'm going to adhere that to the door hanger. Not full yet. Try and get that on straight. I don't tend to use dimensionals on something like this because it is something for children, and chances are they're going to play with it, and if they've got bits that are sticking out, it's very likely to get torn very easily. Okay, so then I adhere Father Christmas with Tombow as well. Just give that a couple of minutes to adhere down. And then what do I do? This time I'm using these snowflakes, which I've already, these were die cuts actually. I'll show you what this came from. It was this little one in here, which is the square pillow box thinlits dies, but you may have something else, or you may decide that you like, that was, I don't know where that one came from, again I found those in my red one, but you may decide that you like to have the stars. The stars came from the little star punch, which was in the Itty Bitty Accent punch pack. But I do rather like these snowflakes. So I'm just going to turn them over, pop some Tombow on them. Now I'm not going to reinvent the wheel again, I'm going to pop them down in the same places that I did that one there. So there'll be one there, there'll be one here, 1, 2, 3, one up here, one up in the corner, and one up here somewhere. And then on this one I've also got 1, 2, 3 stars. Again, I've already punched all these out, so I want 3 of these. Again, just a little bit of Tombow. There's one here. One by his head. And one off to the side here by his wonky moustache. Then the final bit was the bow. And I'm sure I did that in advance. Yes, I did. And this came from the Peaceful Wraith stamp set, and that was die cut with this, which is from the wonderful Wreath framelits. And again, that just went on with Tombow. I'm not going too far down because I know one of the tails is going to come off and just go over the hanger part there. I am thinking about whether I should cut that piece off or not, but as they say, the jury is still out on that at the moment. And the last piece on the front here, I put a little star on the bow. And then on the back, for the saying, again, I'll try and get this on my website. I 3 on one sheet. This is the Whisper White. I might finish up putting a little bit of decoration on here because it looks a little bit drab, to say the least. But there you go. A nice little fun project for today. Let me just bring these others over. Oh, and I'll show you one other thing that I did with the punch art as well. Just another idea. And that was this. I just made a little tag. This Father Christmas was a little bit different because the beard here, instead of using the tree builder punch, I used the This was one of the word bubble dies. I don't know if it's a retired set now, but there's one bubble in there that doesn't actually have the arrow bit that makes it a speech bubble, and it looks just like a cloud or a beard in this case. But that was just another idea. You could use them for toppers, you could use them decorations on gift boxes or whatever. This was just my idea, which I thought was quite sweet. I can't get over the fact that I put one of those on upside down. Hey ho, never mind. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed watching today's video. Many thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, please ask me. I'm always happy to help. If you've enjoyed my video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking on the subscribe button that's on the right hand side of the screen, or it may be on underneath the screen. It depends on what you're watching the video on. If you'd like to buy any of the products that I featured here today, please click on the link below, which is showing on the screen. That'll take you straight to my 24/7 online Stampin' Up shop. Many thanks for joining me today. Until next time, happy crafting. Cheerio.